Hi guys, welcome to M Classes. In this tutorial we will learn how we can perform CRUD operation using Entity Framework. In the previous tutorial we have created 3 projects in our solution and we will see how we can generate an EDMX file through database. And in this EDMX file we have discussed about 2 important things. One is DB context class and the next one is entities. DB context class generated only once for a database, and while the entities depend upon the number of tables you have in a database. Suppose you have 5 tables, then you have 5 entity classes. In this tutorial we will first discussing about DB set. DB set have a huge role in case of entity framework, because if we talk about an entity, an object of an entity will represent the information about a single represents a single information. Suppose if we have an employee class, then one employee object will represent the information of a single employee. But if we want to get the information about multiple employees, then we need a table, and to get this tabular information we need this DB set, because DB set can contain the multiple entity objects. So now we will move on to our practical example. We have created one class called delinfo in the information del, and I have already tell you that in case of entity framework, to perform any operation on a database we need DB context object. So first we are going to create this object. This is the entity, this is the DB context object. Once we get this object, then we simply call the add method on DB context, and we are going to add one instance into our database. So this is the information entity object that we were getting from the UI, and with the help of this object will contain 3 fields: name, email and password, and we were going to add these fields into this information DB set. And now when this method context.saveChanges executed successfully, one instance of information class added to our database. Now we were going to see how we can get this information object into this method. So we were going to move into this ASP.NET empty project. In this project we have a UI which contain 3 fields: name, email and password, and one submit button. Now we will look the code behind. In case of code behind, we were using 2 references. One is information del and one is information bell. These are the 2 references that we have added into this project. And first we were going to create the information class object, because this is our entity class that we need to add into that DB set. And then we have created the bell class object that is going to pass that data from this UI to our del. With the help of UI, I am getting all these data, name, email and password, into my information object, and then I am going to call this method bell obj.insertBell. When we go to definition, this is our bellinfo class. In case of bell, we have created a class called bellinfo, and in this class we have created a method called insert bell, and this method will take the information class data from UI and pass into our Del. And once we get this data into our Del solution, then we simply insert that data by using this add method of dbContext class. Now we are going to see the implementation practically. As you can see, there is one error occurred that no connection string entity framework demo entities could not be found in the application config file. This error is going to be occurred because when we have created this EDMX file, then this connection string is generated. And this is the connection string that we need to add in this into our project. Now it will run successfully. Now you can see the row is successfully inserted. Thank you for listening.